Hello and welcome to a game with Udyr top and Fresh Jungle. Interesting way that happened, by the way. So I was first pick and wanted to pick Udyr for our jungler. I can't believe they believed me when I said I'd do an honest heads or tails coin toss to see who gets Udyr, and they called heads, and my thing lands on heads, so I gave them Udyr. But it looks like they disconnected in the last 10-20 seconds of champ select, so they ended up as Fresh Jungle, and rather than disconnect again and remake, they decided to go with it. So here I'll be playing Udyr top against Darius, and it's interesting. It's my first time. Haven't really done anything else. Haven't really used practice tool or anything. I had one tiny little look just to see what the abilities read, but that was it. And there you go, Fresh saying he couldn't swap a top because his game frozen. But we'll see how that ends up anyway. So this is definitely not Udyr, by the way. You do actually have a funny little base form here, because normally with the old one, you'd start with Bear. As for my thoughts on the rework, I think it's pretty damn good. There are definitely things to miss, okay? And here I'm going to be limit testing a little bit against Darius here, what you can get away with. Now, he's not the best Darius in the world, but he does get a bit of an advantage, and we'll see exactly what I mean by that fairly soon. But understanding he's got level 2 and that he is Darius, I should probably back off. I don't want to be starting my first game with Udyr as 0-5, so I'd rather not do that. Trying to get some CS here, but I also don't want to die, because look at that, he's going to damage me there. We get the Iron Boar turtle stance. I'm going to call these things Tiger stance, Bear stance, Turtle, Phoenix. I'm still going to call them that. Which means I should probably get Star Guardian Udyr. Oh my god. Spirit Guard Udyr. Star Guardian, imagine. If I want to keep that. Though I do think that the Phoenix kind of AoE looks kind of stupid. Now, I wouldn't gank a Fresh as Fresh here. Now, I made a mistake. I can recognize it already. Because I didn't really take my time to read the abilities, I'm just like getting the fuck out of there. I'm already sure that I'm dead. Turtle was just going to save me from the bleed here, but like, oh, that was not going to work. Fresh doesn't do the damage, and Darius, he kind of excels at the whole 1v2 thing. Especially when we execute it poorly like that. So I thought that the Awakened cast, so that's Udyr's new passive, you can cast your ability twice, kind of like Karma Mantra, in order to get like an enhanced effect. And I thought maybe I can get a second stun if I awaken my E. It doesn't do that. It just gives you extra move speed again, and it gives you actually immune to CC. But double stun would be kind of stupid, so obviously that's not going to be a thing. If I went for Awakened Tiger, Awakened Volibear, Awakened Q, that would have been good. That would have probably helped us kill him, maybe. Even then, it is a Darius and it's a Fresh Jungle, it's not the best. Luckily, our Fresh Jungle has gone for tank. They did ask what they should build. They don't know who I am, but just thought I'd lend my 2 cents. Now here, I'm stupid, and was it here or was it earlier? I think I just decided, hey, let's awaken Q. As you can see, it's on passive, so I don't actually have my awakened E to escape this. So in another situation, I would have been able to awaken E and be immune to CC when the Nunu Ball comes in, and then I would have gotten away cleanly, just fine. But I decided to awaken Q to kind of see what it would do to the minion wave, because that wasn't good. So Darius is starting the game 2-0. He's got his Sheen. Now you can see I'm switching to Boar here. That's because I'm trying to use Monkey's Agility, which if you check his passive, doesn't exist anymore. You don't get move speed on stance switching. You only get attack speed after using an ability. Your next 2 attacks within 4 seconds gain 30% attack speed and refund 5% of passive cooldown. There is no move speed, but I'm so used to doing that with Udyr that it's a habit you gotta take out of me. Speaking of which, I'm not sure how Udyr works with tier. With Phoenix, I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory. I'm gonna guess that the next 2 attacks you get on most of these, you can see your next 2 attacks get lifesteal and restore flat health. It's flat. Yeah, flat. Health ratio and AP ratio. But also an AD ratio. We'll get onto some thoughts with Udyr just soon. I'll probably make a main channel video as well. Just regarding thoughts on that. But yeah, no Monkey's Agility, and with tier, I reckon that your next 2 attacks would maybe give you tier stacks. Really your first one, unless you're somehow able to perfectly time your tier. I mean, no, next 2, unless you've been spamming it. So with Darius kind of pushing in hard all the time, and the cannon wave coming up, I decided to take the Krugs. real quick, because Fresh struggles with farming the jungle anyway, so I might as well, you know, take these. He's probably not going to take them. And I still get in time for the cannon to miss it horribly. I couldn't tell if new E would do extra damage or not. It does not. Bear didn't either, so I don't know why I had that assumption. It just looks so impactful, I guess. Kind of low mana after clearing the Krugs there, so... The mana costs with Udyr, I believe back in the past and now, will go down with level? Nope, they are still 45. Old Udyr, I think when you leveled an ability, it actually went down in mana cost rather than up like most champions do. But now it just seems to stay the same. Okay, now I keep it on Bear. Well, saying Bear is going to get so confusing. I'm keeping it on E, on stance, right? That's how maybe I can land a stun on him, but then I switch to Phoenix and he pulls me in, so that was unfortunate. And the main thing to keep in mind for old Udyr players is that it's only your next 2 attacks that are buffed. It's not like every 3 attacks like old. Like, it doesn't stay permanently. You can't just stay in Tiger and keep applying dots, or Volley Bear. Q. Yeah, if you stay in one stance, you're not really going to keep like a permanent benefit. Like, it's next 2 attacks and another buff for the next 4 seconds. For example, you'll get a shield 4 seconds and your next 2 attacks get lifesteal and restore health. And you'll get 4 seconds move speed and your attacks all. So this is unchanged. The Bear stance or into the on stance, they all will give a stun. I'm going to stun Darius here to back off because I don't want to take a big ult. A little late on the shield here. And in this kind of cooldown, I hit that minion without needing to, but it's nice to get the extra heal, I guess. And as soon as we're in the clear, I'd like to talk about what I think about Udyr in this rework, because it's pretty cool. I would say that my build is a bit confused. It's not bad, but I would probably go the way I built Udyr in terms of abilities, with a different item build altogether, and probably a different rune set. But this is actually my fresh top rune set with lethal tempo. That would go for scaling. I wanted fresh top into Darius because it's a matchup I've been practicing a lot, and I have been getting much more success with. And I also wrote in the guide, which I updated the matchup section recently, that Darius isn't that bad. And I want to kind of prove that he's not that bad, because everyone that sees me match up into a Darius just thinks I'm gonna die. Or if the Darius was good, you would die, etc. So the tower's kind of going down. We're going to try and stun him, and then we're going to go Tiger, because we see backups coming up, and we're going to awaken Tiger as well. Now you can see I awakened my Tiger a bit late here, right? And then we throw it into Boar so we can get some healing and shielding. That saves us from dying to the Darius W there. So I was waiting for like my 4th attack, I guess, so I could get the 2nd dot, quote unquote, from my Tiger stance or my Q stance. But that doesn't exist anymore. So what you'd want to do if you were trying to kill someone with 1 stance with the Awakened, you would go, for example, Q, 2 attacks, Q again, and then, yeah. Now, the nice thing is you can still get those 4-second benefits, like the attack speed from Wildling Claw. It's weird that they're now called stances. Q stance, you can transfer that attack speed over to your R, and then your next 2 attacks, which deal the AoE. Oh, it's to all enemies in the storm. Okay. Those 2 attacks will be faster. So there's not actually many ways to benefit from the attack speed innately in Udyr. So normally with old Udyr, you would go like Q, and then you'd throw into Phoenix, and then you would get your kind of your next 4 attacks. So the first one that procs Phoenix, and then the 3rd one after that would apply Phoenix as well. You could get that faster with Tiger. Now it's more like you're just running through all those, you know, double attacks very quickly. And that's not going to give you any long-term benefit, but it helps you cast stuff quickly. One benefit I guess you could have is throwing it into Tiger and then throwing it into Bear Ornn very quickly. That's so you can try to kind of run it through as many people as possible. One thing I'm not too clear on is if what transfers from the Awakened stances. See if it says anything here. It doesn't. So the Awakened Q says that you'll gain attack speed and your next 2 attacks are called Lightning. So it doesn't say how long you gain that attack speed for. Shift? It doesn't say. Does it say on something else maybe we can garner from that? Okay, now Thresh goes in and makes a trap for this Darius, and he plays this really well. Because you can see he stays in, and then when he knows Darius is going to get that 5th stack and ult him, he flashes away. The Thresh totally knows what he's doing, but Darius doesn't accept that. Watch the chat. So it was a good bait, and that's when we used our Awakened Q, by the way. Sorry. It's hard to talk. Weather's changing rapidly. Finally cold and raining, by the way. And I'm only halfway through my first copy. Couldn't ult because of your flash, and watch what he says, which is just so disrespectful. Don't be like this guy. We're just going to hit this. Throwing it into Tiger, by the way, so we get the attack speed up in the tower. Our boy says, yep, that was the point. And then he's like, nah, you panicked. Nah, no way you intended that. Nah. Come on. Come on, really? Yeah, so let's read, like, Turtle. And then let's just gain a shield. And gain a shield, restore health over 4 seconds. That was separated by commas, and you're next to 2 attacks. It's unclear. Okay, what about this one? Unclear if this means you're immune to CC for 1.5 seconds. I assume so. Oh, Udyr can move through units during speed boost, and his attacks in this stance can't be cancelled. You also gain a little lunge range like you would with Old Bear. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's 4 seconds again, and it just doesn't want to repeat itself. So it's for the same duration. That's what I would assume. Because all the stances are 4 seconds, and then maybe this is one as well. So what I mean by that then is that you'll get the additional 49% attack speed. I'm assuming that stacks with the original, so you get the original plus the bonus, which is kind of crazy. But it's okay, because he doesn't have any innate on hits, so you need to build one, like Blade Ruin King, like Wit's End, like etc. So then you could get this, like 70% plus 50% attack speed, go into Bear, or E, and then rapidly stun everyone, maybe, if you were playing like a tank build. Or throw it into Phoenix and get all those going. Alternatively, you could throw it into regular Q, then go Phoenix, and then go Awakened Phoenix after 2 attacks, and then you'll rapidly get those 4 enhanced attacks out. So you'll be doing your flat damage with the AP. Now it's got 30% AP scaling, which is actually pretty decent, considering that's like, you know, that's an on-hit, basically. And it's a big AoE, so it's quite nice. The extra damage you get in Wildling Claw, which is, by the way, 4 seconds of on-hit. Really nice. 10% bonus, but it's got a decent base. And then you also will do max health physical damage, which will scale with armor pen, which is why I thought maybe I want Eclipse actually on this kind of build. That'd be pretty good. So the AD ratio also scales with enemies' max health damage, so that's really nice as well. Udyr can absolutely shred tanks, and if you use Awakened, you'll get magic damage on the lightning. So that means that leads me on to my other point. Now, apparently, Darius had full vision of me doing Gromp, so he just decided to pull it over. If I knew that, I'd have pulled it. But one thing he didn't have vision on was Thresh here, so we're going to go Q, and then bam, 2 attacks. I think I did, I did 4 attacks by older habits. But yeah, you can see the Awakened damage there. Now, I'm going to just walk into this ball. We don't have Awakened stance, and we're just going to tank it for Thresh. I think he might have got hit anyway. And here's this big-ass action. We just burn him down, make him run away. Push again. So I've been playing this game very split pushy. Top lane is very split pushy these days anyway. And here's the enemy team. I'm like, what the hell? Why do I care? Now, actually, I'm kind of big, and center as well. Oh. Oh, did I have extra attack damage and Awakened Q? I mean, extra attack range? That's kind of cool. Okay, so we've gone Trinity Force, we've gone Steel Plates, and now we're going Blade Ruin King. This is what I was saying. Maybe I think this will still work. This is still a good build, but maybe I should have went Phoenix for this. Maybe not, because it would just mean I've got more wave cleared to constantly push the wave, and it'd be easier for me to do gates, quote unquote, where you split push, basically. But here's this. We're going to get the first stun, and we're going to go Q. Then we're going back into E. Now you can see my E is actually only level 1. I've been putting things into the W stance so I can get more health and shielding against Darius. You can see I've awakened E again to try and get some more move speed, but because it's only rank 1, it's really bad. So you see here, you'll get 30% move speed rank 1, and you'll get 50% rank 5 But the Awakened one is scaling with level, and that's additional. So again, I think it might scale up, double up. I'm not sure. Anyone who's got more experience with Udyr, because I've literally only played this one game, feel free to comment below. Here's Darius trying to live out his 1v2 dreams, but unfortunately I am a rather fast auto attacker and I can stay within that queue with ease. Not that he was trying for me anyway. But as you can see, they scale with champion level. All these like awakened effects, they have champion level scalings. So actually all of the awakened stances are still going to be useful even if you're not playing that style, even if you're not maxing that ability. I think if I played this again, I might go for a Phoenix max. You can put level 6 into multiple abilities, by the way. So if you get, you can put 6 points into Q like we have now, and we're going to put 6 points into W, and then I think we're going to put 6 points into R as well if we get that late. Wait, the maths doesn't add out. Only 5 points into R. Yeah, like I said, that goes swiftly into what we were saying. I like that every stance is going to be useful on every build. For example, you're playing AP, you actually have an AP ratio, not a very big one, on Q, and it does magic damage. So if you're building magic penetration in some form, like maybe Proto Bell, I don't know what you'd go, that's still useful. You got AP ratio on here, but you also have an AD ratio on W. Not necessarily strictly an AD ratio, but it gives you lifesteal on those two attacks, meaning if you're building AD, it will still increase your healing. E is just a stun, and that's always good. And R, although it doesn't benefit from AD, and just give you a slow now as well, that's new to Udyr, so that's quite nice. It does max health damage on the Awakened stance, and that's going to be really useful. R, it generally just does have fairly decent base damage for an AoE. It doesn't feel as hard hitting as old Phoenix. But I think they're trying to avoid that a little bit, because old Phoenix constantly getting its base damage buffed is what caused Tank Udyr to suddenly just kind of explode, because his base damage was so high. Might not necessarily have just been Phoenix, but you know. Point is, it does have that slow as well. So if you can go up to someone, press E, press R, now you've done a kind of stun slow combo, no matter your build, that's going to be good. So no matter what build you go, all your abilities are useful. How useful they are and how strong they are, of course, that's going to depend on your build. So if you've gone Lethality, Q's going to be really good, R's going to be less good. If you've gone full AP, R is going to be really good, W's going to be good, Q's going to be slightly less good, but if you awaken it, you still get that magic damage. So you can awaken it for the extra attack speed and then maybe throw it into a regular Phoenix afterwards, but you'd probably, if you're going full AP, you'd probably want to awaken R. Most cases. However, Awakened E is really good on, say, a tank build where you just want to go in, stun everyone, because you get a lot of attack speed, CC immunity, and CC immunity is always good, no matter kind of what build you go on. Now, Awakened W, we haven't talked about that, gives you a humongous shield, and it restores a lot of health over 4 seconds. So that's going to scale with tankiness, so it scales with your health, your maximum health, it scales with AP, and it scales with level. So all the Awakened stuff is still good. Like, look, you can get a 10 to 75 base, that's not bad. Plus 45, that's not bad at all for no point investment, no skill, no item investment. And if you're building tanky, that's going to be even higher. And if you're building AP, you recover so much health with it. So actually going for an AP build with maybe Nash's Tooth or something to keep you relevant, maybe a Liandry's, or at least a Demonic. Liandry's might be a bit much. Then you can absolutely do like some kind of AP Bruise, AP Tank. Now here is the start of the downfall. And I went in on it too, because I'm stupid. I thought we were more fed, but we weren't. Nautilus engages on Darius, who immediately is going to get a kill on me because I went in on it. It was a Dom call and I shouldn't have done it. And he, of course, we're using Ghost, which resets on kill, and his ultimate as well. He's going to be able to land a kill on everyone else. Now, Nautilus is going to walk up and E for some reason, which is going to get him killed. Resetting Darius Ghost again, and there's a Nunu as well, just to add insult to injury, but that's going to collide there. Luckily, MF's slow is stupid and very interactive, so she's going to get away. But I shouldn't have done that. I'm glad we got to talk about Udyr, though. Probably wouldn't go Lethal Tempo either. Lethal Tempo on Udyr is kind of terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world. You know, you're still applying attacks rapidly, and you do have on-hit effects for like the next 4 seconds of Q, so you're technically getting more leverage out of that. But in terms of an actual on-hit effect, it's not that good. It's only 10%. For early game, yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's kind of okay. And I think you'll get it again when you awaken. I'm not too sure. But the lightning you get is only for the next 4. So lethal tempo not that good. I guess if you wanted awaken stance Q to cap over the attack limit, then that's nice. But Udyr is all about moving and attacking, so it's kind of overkill. I wouldn't bother. Don't go lethal tempo. My runes are literally my fresh runes, so like not a display of how to use Udyr at all. As you can see, I'm split pushing again, and I'm really going hard on the split pushing. Probably should have built a hull breaker at this point, but I did want to try. I just wanted to try everything. So I wanted to try split pushing hard. I wanted to try team fighting. I didn't want to go for hull breaker this game. Though in hindsight, probably would have been good. So would a Phoenix max. So in that case, you could go Triforce tank with Phoenix, like we're doing here. I think that would work, just like back in the day. Because then you can shred all of these guys. Like base damage on this is a level 4. You can see on level 5 you'll do 92 magic damage. That's per second, and that's for 4 seconds. So that's pretty damn good in terms of shredding minions. And level 6, 110, that's really good. The slow as well goes up from 15% to 30%. That's pretty good too. So you can see that there's a dragon fight going on here. All split pushing top. So there's a bit of deja vu. Unfortunately, well, it seems that once again something stupid happened and Darius has gotten several kills. I'm going to just assume it was Nautilus, as I did in the game. I'm going to pop Ghost as soon as this is done. Go Q, Awaken Q. But Akshan does a lot of damage. We all know that's true. So he does hurt with the Kraken, with the Bladen King, all that stuff. He could have kited better, though. But we've exposed their inhib. And right back up to top lane we go. Clearly, we should be going finger here. You can see I put it into W again, trying to get that monkey's agility. Going to press R. Throw into Q for the attack speed, throw into R. Now, the enemy team is going here to engage on our team. Looks like Fresh got course, or maybe he tried to catch someone, because Darius now, he's popped Ghost again. He's got a freaking kill. These guys are in a fight here, and oh, Misfortune, what are you doing? Her positioning here was terrible. Our team's already actually dead, and I'm going for the inhib now. Probably could have taken a second to look over at what's happening, but to be honest, if our team is losing this hard, there's no fucking way I can, like, defend, right? Here's the inhib, and I'm prepared for them to come for me, so I'm just going to queue it down a little more, and then back off, because there is no point going any further. If I go any further, enemy team is going to come up, and you can see Misfortune pinging the Nexus turret. Like, come on, you don't know how this works. I leave red buff for Fresh, but he wants me to take it anyway, so sure, why not? And then back up to top I go. I'm pretty sure I can take Darius, but it's a little concerning. He did get a lot of kills recently. Walk up again, split pushing. Now this one's already got an inhib down, so I don't need to push it that hard. Bit of a fight going on here again. Fresh looking to catch someone, and I'm waiting for it as well. Catching Senna. Darius sees how many people are coming, and he's a little scared. I'm going to go straight for the action as everyone goes in for the Darius. Bam, land a stun. He's not going to be able to go anywhere, but he does have flash. Gonna E around. I've got my ghost resetting now as well. Gonna bonk him with the Ornn, and that's gonna do that. Push up. Now we pushed for the inhib. I think we could have gone straight for Baron. It would have been a bit easier. I mean, this still works. Oh yeah, there's 2 inhibs. Yeah, this was the right thing. I always doubt myself in these replays, you know. Anyway, push this up. We're landing our Trinity Force hits. Landing our Phoenix, our QW. So that kind of QWR rotation that you do with old Udyr as well against epic monsters. I'm doing the exact same process, basically. Just not waiting for 4 hits, 4 autos for every champ. We're going Thornmail as well, because the enemy has a lot of healing. They got their Nunu, they got their Darius, they got their Akshan. Their AD carry is actually AFK, so we were 5v4, and I think that led to a lot of overconfidence from this team, and probably a lot of desperation. Nautilus is the one that pointed out they were only 4 players, and I think that leads him to constantly do engages he shouldn't be doing, or maybe he would have done that anyway, who knows. I'm level 18, while bot lane's only level 13, 15 on the support and AD carry. Fresh does a flash hook. Never a big fan of flash hooks, but it does land out, and it does catch the action, and it does work, so well played. Now here, Nautilus does a stupid hook. Well, once again, he's engaging on Darius, and the team's gone in on it. And Fresh goes in on it too, and that's not good. Now we have no CC or peel left for MF, and at this point, I'm going in too. I probably should have backed off, but once again, what could I do? I could farm blue buff, that's what I could do. Which would still be better than dying to Darius. Yeah, going in on stupid decisions. You kind of only have yourself to blame. Yeah, they did a stupid decision, but you had the choice to go in on it or not. And most of us will just kind of do it and then blame it after the fact. It's a normal game, first game Udyr. Call me a limit tester. MF checks for blue buff. Take Gromp. Gonna split push top again because that inhibitor's coming back online. There is a fight going on here. We found Akshan, and Akshan is an absolute ass, so we're gonna go ahead and kill him. That leads us to pushing up mid lane again, and we can use this to rotate, hopefully. I only played this game like less than 8 hours. Oh, okay, it's more than 8 hours ago, about 12 hours ago. Maybe 13. Then to disengage. That inhib did die. I'm going to take the top again. Don't have the biggest wave. Team is currently looking to recall, so I can't go that far. We can see that as well. There's a ball. I don't know if we should have seen it on the map. Looks like it might be a replay problem. Nunu can't go that far. And I'm going to stay top as the enemy team goes mid. And I want to see what happened here. Okay, Fresh missed his engage on Senna, and then he chooses to go in anyway on... okay, that's what went wrong. MF, confidently at the absolute paper thin wall that is our Fresh, decides to ultimate, stand still for Darius, and then he's just going to kill everyone. Okay. So this was just a group stupid decision from, like, the Fresh's decision here was really bad. Now, if I back, can I defend with these 2 towers? Maybe. But this looks like I'm going for gates instead, which isn't really going to work. But nor was whatever Fresh tried to do. I love him for playing this out, even though he's Fresh jungle, like Conqueror sucks, by the way. So you can see I'm teleporting in on the towers desperately to see if I can do anything. And with only 1 tower, it's not going to work. And they have so much crowd control. Pretty sure I couldn't have done anything anyway. However, there is a play that could have been tried. And that would be to awaken E to dodge all that CC. That's what I wanted to do here, but I think I threw it into awaken Q to try to get some damage out on the low HPs. But if we did, with the 2 towers, awakened E, we could have saved the game. Wouldn't the game long term? No idea. Maybe straight after doing the inhib we could have backed. Maybe I could have hung around with team, but they had so much momentum in the Darius ult, and Fresh doing that. That was that. Probably the best thing I could have done was ping Fresh away. Games happen like that, and it was my first game of Udyr. And it just so happened that it was the result of a failed lane swap. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on Udyr below. If you're wondering about Udyr before the rework, there is no point in doing a history video within like a week of the guy coming out. You'll get a different kind of video about Udyr, and probably some stuff from the stream I plan to do today. Hope you enjoyed though. Do let me know what you think. And he could get nerfed tomorrow, or buffed tomorrow. So, though I could get way more clicks by uploading now, I'm not gonna. I made this decision 3 weeks ago. Let me know what you think anyway. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.